Good morning, YouTubes. Today, out here on Mission Creek Trail. I've mentioned this hike to numerous people and no one ever seems to know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of the trail right out here, technically in Whitewater, right off the 62 like you're headed up to Coachella Valley, or technically, I guess, coming down to Palm Springs. Either way, we'll check it out today. Okay, so I've probably done this hike about 5 times, and here's the deal. Very simple, essentially no elevation, not challenging at all, fun for the whole family, very scenic, very simple, cool hike. I've always been told that the little structures you're going to see in a minute here were some type of fish houses. Well, I was wrong. Whoever told me that was wrong. I've done my research. I guess this place is way more interesting than I thought. Late 1800s, early 1900s, this was a cattle ranch. And then by like 1930, 1940s, this was apparently some type of like early 1900s glamping fortress out here where they were offering dining and bathing services. There's a huge fireplace. I don't know if I get it on camera here, but there's a huge fireplace. And they had, there it is right there in the background. They had dining services, and that apparently is a private bathing, wading pool. There's newspaper articles on it. You can check it out online. But yeah, it was $5 a day, which you got to imagine is kind of expensive back then. And you got to come out here for a nice dinner in the middle of this canyon and bathe in these pools, I guess. Who knew? Not the person who told me what this hike was before, so I'm glad we all know what it is now. California's been blasted with an immense amount of water over the last week, and we do have some water running down here in the Mission Creek. Mission Creek Preserve is part of the Sand to Snow Monument. Encompasses a huge amount of protected wildlife out here, home to various species of animals. There are bobcats, steer, mountain lion, deer, bighorn sheep, black bear, all sorts of stuff out here. And this trail eventually runs into the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail. Also in the background there, you can see that big, huge, beautiful mountain. That is San Gorgonio, tallest mountain in Southern California. Total, this hike is about 3 miles total, round trip. It's an out and back. For some reason, you get all the way out here, and there is a little visitor center, which is kind of cool if you're into the whole visitor center and the maps. They got that here at the end of the trail. Now, technically, if you're super adventurous, this is basically the other side of the Whitewater Preserve. So over there is the Whitewater Preserve. There is a trail where you can go from the Mission Creek Trail parking lot all the way around to the Whitewater parking lot. So with proper vehicle coordination, I think it's like a 9-mile hike. It takes you by Red Dome. That's an option. I haven't done that yet, but it's on the to-do list. But yeah, we're coming up on the visitor center here in just a minute. All right, I got a little carried away. It's not necessarily a visitor center. It is a stone hut. There are flushable toilets out here. It doesn't say anything about this structure in the history stuff I was just reading, so I don't necessarily know. It does say that with like 48-hour notice, you can try to reserve this for group camping, I guess. There's no glass on the windows, though. It's just screens, so it probably gets pretty cold out here some nights. But yeah, still a really cool spot. If you've hiked out here before, or if you've hiked Whitewater, this hike is very, very similar. It's essentially from an aerial view right on the other side of a couple mountains away from Whitewater. I really love this terrain out here. It's one of my favorite hikes around for sure. All right, people, that's a wrap. Beautiful day out here today, about 65 degrees. Excellent amount of sunshine. We had water in the creek the whole trail. Again, this is right off the 62, whether you're coming down from the high desert or you're heading up, right off the 62. About 3/4 of a mile to a mile of bumpy dirt road. So bring a decent vehicle with you. Overall, great hike, good time. Fully exposed, you're in the sun the whole hike, so just be aware of that. And definitely stop by, check it out. Mission Creek Trail right out here in Whitewater, California. See you next time.